Hey guys, welcome to Doc's Podcast. I'm Dr. Ellie here.
And I'm Dr. Ingky, and welcome to the podcast whereby two medical doctors generally speak on non-medical stuff.
Non-medical.
Right? Sometimes we cover medical, but mostly non-medical. A lot of life hacks.
Life hacks, things that we've gone through that we'd
Yes.
like to share with you, and things that we have read and also would like to share with you to make your life easier.
Yeah. So
Last week we were talking about
last week we were talking about what?
don't chase the
money. Yes.
Don't chase the money. And I think we've covered things that speak on greed, laziness, and why if you chase the money and if you strain relationships, it's not going to be great for you. Want to know more? Rewind back to our last week's podcast. It's all there on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yeah. So
Let's do some life hacks.
Yeah. So are you feeling like you're stuck in life? Right? If you're feeling stuck in life, I would say there are certain things that you can do to change your life around.
I think that's something that's very common, especially during the pandemic and even now after pandemic.
Yes,
a lot of people are
exactly.
feeling very stuck.
Yes, correct.
Because life technically is normalizing, but has not normal to the point of before COVID.
That's right. That's right.
So, how are we going to get yourself unstuck?
Okay, so today we'll be sharing with you 5 life-changing habits to turn your life around. All right. So I will start first. Number 1, I would say wake up early.
Wake up early.
Wake up extra earlier.
4 a.m.
No, well, you can if you want.
5
right?
a.m. club.
Now, the reason why is this. A couple of days ago, I saw this timetable from Mark Wahlberg. Right? He's an actor.
Oh, he's crazy. He wakes
he's
at 3.
So he wakes up at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? 2:30 every morning. 2:30 a.m. every morning he wakes up. All right. Then for half an hour he does nothing, but he sits and meditates. Right? He makes his cup of coffee. At 3 o'clock he's in his gym.
Yep.
All right. But of course, bear in mind his gym is in his own house. Right? His gym is in his basement. Here's his gym for roughly about 45 minutes an hour.
Yep.
Then he has some breakfast. Then he sits and read newspaper. He replies email. All of this while the entire family is still sleeping. All right. Then the family wakes up at about 6 to 7 or something.
Yep.
Then he spends time with the family. All right. So the reason why is this. I've actually seen a lot of more entrepreneurial people or more successful, so-called successful people, and they generally tend to wake up really early before the sun is up. All right. And the reason why they do that, and they always mention, is because at that particular half an hour to 45 minutes when I wake up a little bit earlier than the rest of my family, I have time to myself.
Yep.
This is time for me to do something that I want to do.
That is true.
Yeah?
That is true.
If you want to exercise, you exercise. If you want to read a book, you read a book. If you just want to chill and do nothing and just reflect in life, you just sit and reflect in life.
Actually, I want to echo what you just said, and the whole Mark Wahlberg thing. I think 2:30 is a bit crazy because that's the time some of us sleep anyway. But if I were to say to wake up earlier, whoever usually, your own schedule, all right. And if you're a family guy or if you've got a partner, they've got the usual routine. What time they wake up?
Yes.
Wake up at least 30 minutes before them.
Yes.
At least, because as what Ingky says, that gives you your personal time. Number 1. Number 2, it gives you that flexibility of slowly waking up.
Yes, that's
so
true.
by the time when someone wakes up, you're actually in full focus with them.
That is true.
Rather than they wake up, you wake up, and boy, you are just like zombie, and then you're two person who are awake but technically still asleep.
Yes. So some of the arguments that I've heard is, I need to drive to work in the morning, right? So my alarm wakes me up at 6:30 already, and I hop off and I hit the shower. I quickly go get my breakfast, jump in the car, and then I drive off. So I don't have time to wake up early in the morning. Now, you should also, even though you have to get to work early and you have to wake up at 6:30, you should wake up a little bit earlier than that.
Yep.
All right. The reason why is this: if you wake up when your alarm wakes you up and you jump out of the bed, you actually start off on the wrong foot. All right, you start off being anxious, being jittery, and being very hyper.
Yes.
All right, and a lot of times, right, when the day would seem like it's just totally wrong for you. You hop in the car when you drive. You realize you're stuck in traffic. You start cursing people around you, and things just don't go your way.
Yep.
All right. But if you do wake up, because now you're waking up slightly earlier, and you're not rushing, right? You're taking time to actually get into the groove, the groove, get into the moment. And if you do that, then then your entire day will actually seem much smoother.
More relaxed.
Yeah, more relaxed. Much more smoother.
Correct.
And because you are in control.
But that's absolutely right. I myself am guilty of sometimes waking up late, and I'm not sure about you viewers out there. If you've experienced it, please comment down there. But I'm telling you my point of view. When I'm in a rush and when I wake up with that jerk, I get an adrenaline rush.
Yes.
I wake up with palpitation. And I'm like, whoa. A lot of people think that's great to have, but it's actually not good for you.
It's not
good for you because after that, everything sets in motion. Yes. I'm very anxious the whole day.
Yes.
And if I'm stuck in a jam, I get agitated, extra agitated. Everything will seem wrong until like mid-morning or in the afternoon where I actually calm down. So even that short burst of an adrenaline, it just shoots my day. It feels horrible. All right, next, life-changing hack to turn your life around. Now, this is very simple, but make your bed. Seriously, make your bed. When you get up, make your bed. And when I say make your bed, not just take your pillow and just throw there and just put your blankets down. No, try to make it like how you would have done for a hotel.
Nice.
Why? Because it instills a certain discipline, number one. Number two, it makes you feel like you've done something really nice first thing in the morning.
True.
First thing in the morning. And this is a habit I have every day. I make my bed. I fold the comforter up. I fold it back down. I tuck it under the bed. Keep it nice and taut, just like as though I'm in a hotel. I know it's ridiculous. It doesn't take that long. It's like a 2-minute job. If once you get used to it, 5 minutes tops if you're really slow. But I feel like as though the most tidy thing in the day has already started. It sets me in motion, right? That everything I do on that day is going to be a bit more tidier. It's going to be a bit more meticulous.
Yeah, and also, at least at the end of the day, when you're home, right, you don't want to come home to a messy bed. You want to come home to a nicely made bed.
Correct.
So you feel like, you know what? I'm back. I can now relax. Yeah.
You think it's silly, right? But if you come back into a hotel and the bed is not made, how do you feel?
Yes, exactly.
You will feel crappy.
Yes,
you will feel like, what the heck?
Yes, exactly.
So if the hotel can give you that, and it's a psychological thing, they don't just make the bed and just fold it and just leave it there. They tuck it in. They make it spick and span because when you come back and you see that clean sheet nicely tucked in, there is a certain zen, calmness that you feel, I'm home. I'm back in my domain. Not coming back to a mess, especially after a long day. So unfortunately, at home, you don't have housekeeping lah. Do it yourself. And even if you've got your partner who's going to do it yourself. Trust me, it really sets your mind in different motion. I actually do that in the hotel too.
Oh, wow. You really make your own hotel bed. Oh, what the?
I actually make it. It's very tidy before I leave. Although I know someone's going to make it anyway. But it has become a habit for me.
All right.
It's become a pure habit for me.
All right.
Right.
Next one, number 3. Thank everyone around you. Now, I'm not asking you to go and call up, long lost friends and I'll say, hey, hi, thank you for everything. No. It means that as you're going through your day, all right, thank the unsung heroes around you. Example, right? If you're someone who likes to get their coffee from a barista, thank the barista. All right, after they made your coffee, say a nice thank you. All right, now. And let's say, example, someone held the lift for you. As you're pushing lift, someone held the lift for you. Say thank you. When the waiter comes and hands you a menu, say thank you. After they took the orders, say thank you. And let's say someone, you're stuck in traffic and someone allows you to cut in. Just wave and say thank you. Now, the reason why you should always say thank you, right, is because when you say thank you, you very rarely say it with a sad face. You generally say it with a more, a smiley face. You will smile, right? Or you be a little bit more positive. And research has shown if you force yourself to smile, it is the same as actually smiling naturally. So you are forcing your brain to actually release some of the more happy hormones out. Then what happens is then now you're more positive. And when you're more positive throughout the day, things generally kind of fall into place, which is like what we mentioned. Which is the first one whereby you should wake up a little bit earlier, right? So things kind of fall into place when you're more positive.
That's true.
People like to be around positive people.
That is true.
Nobody likes to be around a negative person.
And again, when you want to say thank you, actually say thank you.
Yeah.
Don't say thanks.
Yes.
Don't say thanks. All right. And I give you a very simple example. Just watch my facial expression. Thank you. Versus thanks. So, thanks can actually end up being very condescending.
True. That is true.
You know, if you don't say it sincerely, thanks, it can be quite condescending. But when you say thank you, some people might even see as though you're saying I love you. The you at the back there, it's like an association thing.
Yeah.
It's more pleasant. Plus, it's nice to say that it's actually for you.
That's true.
Rather than just saying thanks, you know? So, you're right. Learn to say thank you a lot more, or use it in a more positive manner.
Yes, that's true.
Coming to factor number 4, or hack number 4, which is actually what he just said. Hang around people who are positive.
Oh, wow. Yes. So, why is it that you should hang around people who are positive?
Now, you've heard, I'm sure you've heard of the saying, you are the sum of the 5 closest people around you.
That's true.
So, if you are hanging around positive people, and you know, out of 5, 4 are positive, you are automatically more positive. The energy rubs off.
Okay.
If you are always hanging around people who are gossiping or people who are always in the negative, that just becomes, it's not that you became negative, but that becomes a topic of conversation.
Yeah. That becomes like a default mode.
Default mode.
Yeah.
Default mode. So you want to set default in something that is positive, something that is constructive, rather than being in the negative or in the gloom and doom side, or even just in the gossipy section.
All right. So how would you advise someone who is generally around negative people? How would you advise them to go in, you know, to get out of that circle?
Chat group.
Okay.
Use technology, man. Chat group. Have a chat group of 5 friends who are going to tell you crazy things, funny things, dirty jokes. If that makes you happy, you know, you guys are on active sharing mode every day. There's something funny that you want to talk about. Either that, or if you're in a business group that's constructively talking about business, not every day talking about business is bad, or market collapse, or bankruptcy, or inflation, we're all suffering, or politicians are bad. No, those are the group that you should actually remove yourself from, but move into the ones that says, hey, today is a fantastic day, this is today's business quote of my day, and then everyone shares something positive. I think that is the most constructive kind of way that you can control having positive people around you.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I should remove myself from certain groups. Not this one.
Yeah, we don't talk much on groups anyway. True. But having said such, I actually have removed myself from a lot of groups.
Yeah, same as well. So I generally don't hang around certain people who are really negative, who tend to always complain and compare. All right, compare. So generally they like to compare themselves with other people, and then they always end up complaining. I generally don't really want to hang out with them anymore.
Right. Last one.
Okay, last one. I would say at the end of the day, always do self-reflection.
Wow,
right.
That's good.
Now, this is very important because 24 hours, right? 24 hours, it's a long time. And most of the time, we are awake for roughly about 16 to 17 hours.
Correct.
All right, it's a long day.
Yes.
All right, we've already woken up early already. We've already gone around saying thank you and all. Now, at the end of the day, reflect. All right, things that you've done well, things that didn't go so well for you, and how do you actually improve it? All right, because a lot of people, example, when they go into default mode, they work, they go back. When they're tired, they sleep. All right. Next day, rinse and repeat. Same thing goes over and over again. So you kind of lose track of yourself. You kind of lose track of what you think is important. All right. And on top of that, what you realize is you stop prioritizing your happiness and yourself.
Correct.
All right. And you just prioritize your work or all the people around you. If you, at the end of every single day, if you self-reflect, what happens is now you're in touch with yourself.
Yes.
Now you understand what you want, what you need.
Correct.
All right? Again, self-reflection can be done a lot of ways. You know, you can self-reflect when you're driving the car. A lot of times. Easiest way when you're driving the car for the half an hour or so, there's nothing to do. Right? You can concentrate on the road, but at the same time, reflect back of things that they've already gone through the entire day. And things that, hey, you know what? Maybe tomorrow, if I do things a little bit differently, you'll be better. All right. Or maybe like yourself, you know, you run. You run at night.
That's personal reflection time.
Yeah, it's personal reflection time for you. You know, it allows you time to think back on certain things, and also allows you to plan ahead for the next day.
Yes. And also, actually, it helps me to remove. Sometimes you'll be surprised. Why I like running is because there are things, you're right, I need to self-reflect. There are things I need to plan, but there are things that I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
So it bothers, but it's like at the back of my mind, right? And as I run, just say, okay, I'm going to let this go. Don't think about it. And the action of moving forward leaves all the problems at the back. So I absolutely agree. Self-reflection is something that you really need to do at the end of the day. I think one more that some people can even do is you do a self-reflecting journal.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down. You're correct.
So some people are easy. You can think, you can visualize, but if you're not so much of a visualizing person, write it down. It doesn't have to be a whole long essay. It can just be 1-2 things, enough. Keep it simple. Keep it things that, especially things that you can change. Don't self-reflect and ruminate over things that you cannot control.
Yes, correct.
Yes, all right. Anyway, hope you guys found this 5 hacks, things, life-changing habits to change your life, turn your life around, get yourself unstuck, especially in times like this, whereby although life is normalizing, you still might feel very stuck.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down in the comment section if you've got any other hacks, good habits that you can help to unwind and turn your life around. All right. And with that, we are signing off this week. We'll be back again next week on the Two Dogs. Dr. Ali here.
And Dr. Ingky, and have a good weekend.